A new era is upon us. Pulse has taken the world by storm as the leading Web3 social media. Beyond current features like casting, tipping, inscription trading, and earning, it's now elevating to the next level, on-chain.
Soil, a fully regulated, seamless link between traditional finance and the digital crypto world, offering secure returns fully backed by tangible, real-world assets.
The Credify testnet is live, so head on over to demo.credify.finance to see how you can effortlessly experiment with autonomous earning, NFT corporate bonds, Credi and X-Credi utilities, and Module X.
Ladies, gentlemen, my friends, how are we doing today? Let me make myself a little bit bigger, playing here with new technology. Let me share my screen. Let's immediately deep dive into why Bitcoin is trapped, what I think, what the next cycle low could be for Bitcoin and the cycle high, but also what the hell are our altcoins doing? They're not doing great, to be honest. I'm a little bit paranoid, so let me know if you can hear me. Like, can you hear me, guys? We have Cor Oosterhuis. I bet you're Dutch. I'm gonna share my screen, and I have no secrets for you guys. No secrets at all. I'm gonna minimize myself because I reckon I'm not pretty and handsome enough. We only want to see handsome charts, data, and things that might help you in your crypto journey and your understanding of this cycle. I want to bring your attention first to these typical crypto breadth charts. A breadth chart is a chart that basically gives you a good understanding of the declining and the advancing assets charts, stocks, or in this case, cryptos. Let's start first with this one, this green one. What do we see here? We see a strong decline, a really strong decline. I mean, we cannot argue about this. This is a strong decline. So what this is telling us is 4.8% of all the Binance USDT pairs are trading below their 200 MA, below the 200 MA, including Bitcoin. Often it's not a sign of strength if something is trading below the 200 MA. So a big bunch of all these USDT pairs are trading below the 200 MA. If you want to stand out, my quick tip is make a watch list of all the coins that are trading above the 200 MA and see if you can find an entry for low time frame trading, maybe also scalping, maybe swing trading, or even positioning yourself into in position for the next few months. And then we have the 50 MA. Of course, if price changes, we can quickly reclaim that 50 MA. As of now, we have 18.3% trading above the 50 MA. So probably a lot of death crosses have happened. And this might indicate a little optimism, like slight optimism. Don't be too optimistic, but we see a little uptick here. 21% of all the USDT Binance pairs are trading above the 20 MA. Often when I want to scale into an altcoin or I want to trade them, often I would love to see a compression of different MAs, like different MAs or EMAs for that matter. They are like converging. And often what you would see is if the price reclaims one of these MAs, it's more often than not, you might see a reversal pattern there. This is, by the way, accessible. Everyone can check this. Just go to the burpnest.com You go to tools. We have different tools. This is one of the tools I'm watching every day, because it gives me like quick insight. Okay, are we advancing or declining as a whole? Um, and use the T Binance pressure is a really good proxy for that. You can check this one as well. This is the our Bitcoin screener. Here you can see, on which time frames we are leaning, on which time frames we are actually advancing. So the way how to use this is, for example, if you see red on the daily, but you see also red on the weekly, but you see a green here on the 4 hour, it means something is happening there on the 4 hour. Then you want to check your chart on the 4 hour, maybe even on 1 hour, to see if you can find there an entry. Of course, it should be in line with the strategy, but this makes screening a market really convenient. Um, this like Litecoin, it has like, it's kind of bullish, more bullish and bearish on the 4 hour, but also on the 1 day. Weekly, it's really declining, so you might see there like an intraday opportunity. This is free of charge. You can check this one as well. Extremely useful, and you also don't need to go to FX calendar. You can just check it from here. You can also work and play with the different filters. So we can see today is the 3rd of September, already 3rd of September. I'm still not used to it, but in a few weeks it's already October. Time really flies when you have fun. You have ISM manufacturing and job openings. In my opinion, that's not really a thing that might affect quickly Bitcoin. ADP national employment, I wouldn't be too worried about that too much. GDP revised for Europe. A lot of things are happening, but I don't believe these things could have like a direct, strong impact on Bitcoin. Of course, there's a strong relationship between S&P and Bitcoin, so it might cause some intraday noise. But I would be more interested in this 11th of September, next week, what the core CPI is telling us. So that's very interesting as well. There's actually one chart I would love to share with you. Actually, a lot of charts, but let's start with the obvious. Let's start with the king of kings in the crypto world, Bitcoin. We all know, we should all understand. I'm gonna, I think, now remove myself entirely from the screen, because I want you to fully focus on this beautiful chart. This is the Bitcoin Liquid Index. Why I'm using this? Because it goes back, like, there's a lot of historical data. It goes back to till when? Like July 2010. And what I did is, not sure if you guys know GM Hurst, but he is actually one of the grandfathers of psychoanalysis. He used to be like an NSA, NASA engineer, and he used at that time a NASA computing power to build like programs for psychoanalysis. One of his teachings, and he has a lot of teachings, like commonality, seasonality, many of them. They were all part of also of the CMT program. But one thing that really resonated with me is, if you do psychoanalysis, always start with the psycho lows, for a few reasons. One of them, they pretty much stand out. So if we connect the lows, the cycle low of July 2015, and connect it with the exact low of this cycle, we can count here 47 bars, monthly bars, equal to 1430 days. If we apply the same thing here, we have an exact same number, 47 bars, 47 monthly bars, equal to 1430 days to travel from one low of a cycle to the next low of the next cycle. We can all confirm now, with the power of hindsight that November 2020 was the low of the previous bear market. At that time, we celebrated something. At that time, we as a community, we celebrated a big celebration. It was the best time is now celebration, and we wrote deliberately the B of best, the letter B, in Bitcoin B. So it was the best time was now to scale into crypto and Bitcoin, and indeed it was the best time. Now, if we connect this low and we anticipate that the next low will occur 1,430 days from now, we might see the next low. And again, I could be wrong. This is just like a simple model. It has been right a few times. And again, crypto is pretty new, so we don't have a lot of data points. Nonetheless, the next low, we could expect the next low in October 2026. So you still have time. Around 2026, October 2026, you might want to scale into Bitcoin and cryptos, but that's a really long time, right? So this is just a way to have like a feeling and understanding. Okay, how long can this cycle sustain itself? Now, this is like the cooler part. If we connect the cycle low with the high, we can count 1,065 days. So if you connect this low with this high, because this is obvious, 2017. Not sure who of you guys have witnessed the crypto market in 2017 and 18 or 16. I'm really curious. Let me know. I witnessed this very deliberately. Funny times, to be honest. Made a lot of money, lost a lot of money also. But we can see from the cycle low to the cycle high, 1,065 days. If we do the same thing, the exact same thing, because this this candle marked the low of this bear market, and if we connect this with the cycle, with like the high of the bull market, again, 1,065 days. Well, it actually shows you like 166 days, but it's like 35 bars. I mean, some months have more days than other months. That's the reason why this shows here 1,066 days. So eventually, this is all in the same range. Here again, the cycle low, the low of this bear market, this was basically the period where we celebrated the best time is now. Nothing in hindsight, because we really deliberately believe the best time was at that now for different reasons, and I might go through these reasons in a different live streams, because it might help you to not per se catch the bottom, but to have an understanding when you know what to look for to find a potential bottom and how to anticipate on that. Again, if we connect this low, we go 1,065 days in the future, what does it do? It brings us to October 2025. So we might, and of course there could be a so-called translation to the left. There could be, we could find that high in May or in April or like even in March. Nothing is guaranteed. However, if this plays out, we might see a high, like the high of this bull market in October 2025. So we still have a lot of time. I'm sharing this because some people, they're really afraid that they're missing things out. But if you see things from a like a bigger helicopter picture, it, at least for me, it makes me calm. It makes me it makes me to see like the different opportunities we have. The next thing I would love to share quickly here with you guys, and by the way, if there are any chart requests, I'm here. Let me know. I'm happy to take your chart requests. I will do this with dignity and a lot of love. This is now the 3-day chart. Wait, shit, this Bitcoin halving event is still loading. I'm not sure why. Shouldn't be this slow. Well, let it load. Let it load. Oh, wait, here it is. Another thing I would love to remind you of is this post halving. What do we see post halving? What do we see? I want to hear from you guys. What do we see post halving? The yellow lines, they're displaying the halving events. After each halving event, we did not see an immediate strong uptrend to the upside. We did not see a peak forming the day after. No, we had a consolidation phase of many days. We had a consolidation phase of 160, 150 days on average. Again, we don't have a lot of data points because we just have witnessed in the Bitcoin history 4 halving events. However, it's very logical to see this consolidation, these very boring price action post halving. And here we are moving in this range since the halving for 132 days. My thesis, the path of least resistance, in my opinion, is we're going to see a continuation of this. We're going to see a continuation. We might wick out a little bit to the downside, but I don't see a major breakout forming. We have been consolidating here for a quite long time. We all know, and you can check like here the seasonality, that September is not really particular like a bullish, favorable month for. Not sure what's happening today with my computer. It's pretty slow, but this is September. I hope you can see the chart. You can also go to TradingView, type in seasonality, and you will see the September performance. Based on the monthly candle. August is actually like not a bad month, but September is an awful month, along with October. But October is I discussed this also yesterday with Adrian with Crypto Burp. And by the way, I'm not Crypto Burp. So those who are watching this on Twitter or on X, I'm not Crypto Burp. I'm Jimmy. The first part of October is often bearish, but the remaining part of October is more bullish than bearish. So keep that in mind. So with this knowledge, with the knowledge of knowing that everything moves basically in cycles, but of course we cannot compare the previous cycles with this cycles as in market participants. However, we do see that after an halving event, we have a long consolidation phase, which means Bitcoin is actually trapped in in between specific boundaries. Altcoins are suffering, and if you think about this, how many Bitcoins have been purchased? How many Bitcoins have been purchased since the launch of the Bitcoin ETFs? How many Bitcoins? US Bitcoins, like US ETFs alone, in isolation, 944,000 Bitcoins have been purchased. That's a lot of Bitcoins. Almost, I would say, if you would combine all the spot Bitcoin ETFs worldwide, so Australia, Canada, we have Hong Kong, we combine all of them, I'm pretty sure we have exceeded like the 1 million. Okay, like 1 million Bitcoins. Almost one out of the 20 Bitcoins is in the hands of institutions, and only 151,000 Bitcoins have been mined. Well, now we know and understand that the institutions are buying way more Bitcoins than miners can sell. Miners are one of the biggest selling entities out there. And now ask yourself the question, especially if you're into altcoins. I'm into altcoins, but I also understand if I wouldn't have a balanced portfolio, I would be wrecked very hard, because since the launch of the ETFs, we have seen, okay, some of the alts were performing well, but for more than 6 months, Bitcoin is outperforming basically virtually all the altcoins. And now ask yourself this question: how many of these institutional Bitcoins will flow into altcoins? How many? And I want to see a number. How many? I would say this: zero, none, nothing, nada, niento, nothing. None of these institutional Bitcoins, or maybe like a small fraction, will go into altcoins. I mean, these institutions, they have purchased Bitcoin through the ETFs, and they do this for a reason. They are not just like us. They are not agents. They don't want to take care of a seed phrase. They are paying basically a premium for convenience, and I do not see any of them converting their Bitcoins into altcoins. So that's why if you had if you were holding Bitcoins, you would have seen a increase in purchase power. And if you would hold a lot of altcoins, probably you're suffering right now because altcoins are not performing quite well. Also, you need to understand, we as traders, but especially as investors, we have the law of percentages against us. Meaning, if we lose or something declines with, let's say, 50%, the coin needs to do 100%. So we are just at break even. So understand this, and because of this institutional inflow and adaptation, I mean, every week there is a message about, this big company adapted Bitcoin, or this state or municipality has purchased Bitcoin, or this pension funds or insurance company also has a share in Bitcoin ETFs, or this bank. I mean, it's a trend, right? It's an ongoing trend. Of course, sometimes we have more outflow than inflow, but overall we see a steady trend. One swallow or shallow, how do you call it? One bird doesn't make a summer or spring, right? So don't make a decision based on like one single data point. Just try to see the entire picture. So that's why I believe that this is an old model. This model is from 2013, 14, 16, 17, maybe 2020, 2021, where we assume that money will flow into Bitcoin, and from Bitcoin it will go to Ethereum, from Ethereum to large caps, and from large caps it will go to to the smaller caps, and then we have like the so-called alt season. I am a little bit skeptical. I do not believe anymore in this model. I believe that this model is outdated. I believe that some narratives might benefit, and we might see people with who are holding a lot of Bitcoins converting their money or swapping their Bitcoins or moving their funds into these categories. I'm still pretty bullish on real world as the deep in AI, but I don't see. I have a hard time believing that gonna see an altcoin just as in 2017 and 2021. I think this time is indeed different because of the different market participants we have. So my lesson learned is make sure you rebalance, and I think rebalancing is extremely important. My biggest the biggest share in my portfolio, the biggest element is Bitcoin, and then Ethereum, and then not altcoin, sorry, USDT. I have like a separate back with USDT, but then I have like a bunch of altcoins. If Bitcoin's sneezing and it goes down for 5%, my altcoin back is of course suffering even more. But knowing that I have more Bitcoin than altcoins, I see this as a kind of a cushion. Eventually, I will rotate from Bitcoin into other altcoins, and I will be very, very, very selective with this. But I believe the time is not now to flow into altcoins. And talking about altcoins, we have been playing very hard in August. This is our performance. We made really bank with Popcat twice. Fed, Manta, CRV, Near, Whiff, Inch, Tia, Sol, all decent, beautiful calls. These are setups we have shared in Discord. So we have a Discord where we share calls, but not only calls, but also psychology inside, trading psychology inside. We share scalps and swings. Of course, sometimes the market stops us out, and we ensure that we only lose small. When we win big, we win small, or just a little bit, slightly above break even. It's the market that decides, and it's us that decides how much money we lose. So we share like a bunch of different setups. So Near is like one of the setups. We had Ethereum not so long time ago. We had here, like, this was the whiff call. We had here Floki, Near, where we tapped into TP3, and we share these setups basically every day, or at least once. At least when we see these opportunities, we share them. If they are, if we see a setup that fully aligns with our risk profile and our trading strategy, we share them with the community. And when we share them, we give a how do you call that, a reasoning why we are doing so, and where we place our stop loss. So just like JustBit, this is also my strategy. I'm not really working with a very hard fixed stop loss. I often do work like this, like if I see like a 4-hour close or 1-hour close below a certain level, I just close the position and then I move forward to the next position. So this is his style. Some people, they use like a real, like hard stop loss. That's fine as well. But we share like many of these altcoin setups here in Discord. So to go back to this thing, alt season, yes, but very different compared to the previous years because of different institutional players in this crypto space. This is a cool dashboard, cool dashboards on Dune. At the moment, 4.7% of all bitcoins is in the hands of institutions. Don't think that this will flow into altcoins. Maybe Ethereum could be a little bit, but honestly, I'm pretty how to call that, embarrassed, mad, disappointed in Ethereum. Since the launch, we have seen an outflow of $470 million worth in Ethereum. This is, if I was a few Ethereum, I was ashamed a little bit. So let's go quickly to the charts, the other charts. Yep. So seasonality. September, bad month. October, less bad month than September. Especially the first week of October is pretty pretty bad. Follow up. It's actually an extension of September, but the rest of October often is a little better. So knowing this, knowing that we have a post-halving consolidation phase, knowing that a lot of altcoins have retraced, I believe that September and October are pretty good months to set yourself up for the next ride to the upside. It's actually the month to position yourself for Q4 and Q1 and maybe even Q2. Nobody knows how long these things will last, but based on seasonality, I reckon that November, December, Q1, Q4, Q4 and Q1 are pretty good months. This is also what I want to share with you. This is why I would be a little bit careful at the moment with altcoins. This is like a strong reaction of Bitcoin dominance, and this dominance is um, without stables. So this is, in my opinion, pure dominance. I see a lot of strength, meaning altcoins still suffering a lot. And then we have the chart here, others. By the way, if you want to use this, you can use this. Just go here and then copy and paste this in your trading view. So the way how you do this is go to indicators. Sorry. Find a symbol and then paste that a formula. So it's actually a formula, and then you click enter, and that's it. It will appear here on your screen. Let's go to others, because others does also share contains valuable information. Yeah, so this is the altcoin market. What do we see here? I mean, we see like a strong decline. Maybe if we get here, this is a nice zone to reload a little bit. Then we have others. Here it looks like it's kind of bottoming, but I wouldn't wait. Let me move this a little bit. Not too how to. I'm not too optimistic about this. I mean, oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. It's still, a severe downtrend. This was like a nice bounce, but I would be a little bit skeptical there, to be honest. I might change my opinion, but then I want to see, a good reaction from this green zone. Use Ethereum also, Ethereum Bitcoin as a proxy, like for altcoins. I mean, look, there's RSI, like a strong downtrend, right? Bump, 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 down, 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 down. Here on the weekly, this is very obvious. We lost this level, unfortunately. Was slightly optimistic when it formed like a triple bullish divergence. It's still kind of intact, but since it lost this level, for me to turn a little bit more bullish, I want to see a reclaim. I want to see something like this. Like this, something like this, re-entering this level. And yeah, ideally, of course, it will through this trend line, but I would be very careful with Ethereum and altcoins at the moment. Okay, one last. By the way, let guys, if you find this kind of information helpful, or if you're missing something or you do not agree, let me know. Ando is, if I'm not mistaken, another real world asset. It falls under the real world asset category. Yeah. So what do we see here? Let's go from right to left. We see a downtrend, very obvious. But wait, this downtrend has pushed the price all the way to a certain level. Quick absorption, like a big reaction here. Long, big wick. Lot of wicks. Because they are telling a story here. It's a rejection. It's a strong rejection. But then slowly but surely, with all the way down here, this acts as resistance. So this is, in my opinion, like a significant S level. You do see a bullish divergence here. What's the fabricated product? Is there more? Yeah. This is a candle with almost no wick, so it kind of, this worries me a little bit. If I would go to the, because I have potential here on the Ando chart. I mean, this is strength, right? The weakness, strength, then bleeding slowly. I'm not interested in buying, something that looks like this, right? Looks like, kind of weak. So I want to see the reaction here. I want to see, like, for example, like a wick, and then if I would see like strength kicking in as a trait, I would maybe watch something like this. This is definitely a level where you want to TP. Oh, sorry, guys. Yeah, let me do this. Would give you like a decent risk-reward ratio. Honestly, I do not know enough about Ando or Undo. If I was fundamentally convinced of Ando as like a big player in the real-world asset category, then this might be a place to skill in a little bit, because it's like a decent support level. As a trade, I would be more, concerned. But everyone who both Ando here, still here, like many of them, you would be everyone who both Ando in the last let's go yeah, like here, they're in the loss, like everyone who both Ando in the last 166 days, let's say like 95% of them are not in profit. If nothing changed fundamentally, then this would be nice entry from a fundamental, if you're fundamentally convinced. As a trade, I do not want to see RSI curling down all the way, below the 30 level here, because it would, in my opinion, invalidate the divergence. You do not want to see the RSI heading below this 30 level. Ideally, maybe something like this is nice, is okay. You do not want to see it, taking out this low here, Okay, Bernd, it's helpful. Okay, I'm glad. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Let's do this again. Leave also a comment and share this also with your friends. There are a lot of people, part of our Discord community. They're having a lot of fun. I'm supporting them from a trading psychology perspective. I shared quite recently an article about August reflection and September focus. I think everyone should have this. I often talk about performance pressure. We all are, people who want to perform well. However, performance pressure in trading is not always very healthy. And since a while, I think since yesterday, we have created a new package. So normally people would pay $180 for a monthly subscription and $80 for the Burbicator Pro. But now they get everything in one for just $99. So it's basically 1% off. You can go to WAP and check out our different packages. I just first want to know you guys. Well, you guys are more than welcome. If talking to now people who are not part of the beautiful Burpnest community, There's a way how you can get a little bit of value. We have like a public chat. This is the Bitcoin update channel. So every day there is a up-to-date Bitcoin report. I make one. I make one today. Yesterday it was Crypto Burbstern. The other day it was BC Richfield. He's doing also live trading sessions with the community. Very popular. Trading Tank. He does his Bitcoin reports on Friday. I would say like give it a look. People having fun. From time to time, we also do a altcoin report. Sometimes we do share, memes in the public channels. But overall, we're aiming for quality, and we think this is very good and combinable with having a lot of fun. Always good to have a community, to be surrounded by people who are eager and willing to learn and to push themselves forward. Me personally, I've been investing a lot in myself. I gave up my job in 2020, started this CMT program. It stands for Chart Market Technician. And ever since, I have really elevated my game. But it's not only partly the knowledge and the trial and error and the mistakes I've made, but what definitely helped me a lot is being surrounded by people who are a level ahead and who are willing to educate me. And I think if you want to know if you are on the right track, ask yourself, am I surrounded by high quality people who can uplift me? And secondly, when you're really on the right track, and this is gonna take a lot of time, if you're the one uplifting others. So try to aim for that. Try to uplift others. Try to uplift. It could be your sister, your brother, your wife, I don't know, your neighbors, someone else in the crypto community. Have this characteristic, have this feature, have this gift that you want to help others. Um, it's actually also one of the characteristics of, I believe, a good person, but also of highly like people who are performing quite on a high level. They want to uplift others, and you can uplift others by educating them. If you're at that level, then know you're on the you're on the right track. Okay, Ethereum, Bitcoin, the last one. Let's check. Why not? I haven't checked this coin. Ethereum, Bitcoin chart for a long time on the weekly, on the monthly. Yeah, basically, the same story here as in. Um, mm, okay, like made like an all-time low on the RSI. Definitely no momentum. Look, if if it, if you're going to break down, I wouldn't be surprised to see Ethereum around 0.036 level. Yeah, we cannot overanalyze this. It's also, of course, not our purpose to overanalyze this, but the monthly, what I'm seeing is also the weekly, monthly. This could be like a bearish retest, and then it can decline even further, which aligns pretty much with the September October seasonality. Definitely, I do not want if hitting below this green zone. That would be extremely bearish. Okay, guys, wish you a wonderful day. Leave a comment. I read all of them, and I also reply to them. Until the next time.